Good Sunday evening, everybody. Hopefully, everybody had a great weekend, as always. Glad you all can stop in and hang out, chat with me before we get going for next week. I want a little announcement here. Everybody go check out Nate from Go Kurt's Gone Fishing on YouTube there. Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. He's going to have a really big giveaway from Super Clean. Great guy. Go check him out, and we'll get this going here. So, let's see if anybody shows up in chat here. We're just hanging out. It says there's 4 watching. Say hi if you're watching. Hi. There's Boo. Hi, Boo. There's Tommy Powers. Hi, Tommy. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Willie CK. All right, Willie. I watched a movie earlier today. There's Adam from Tampa Boys Custom. There's Jeff. We got him rolling in now. So I'll go ahead and drop this link in here. There we go. And it's up. So if anybody wants to join up here on the panel, that's fine. If you don't, y'all just got to listen to me babble. So, Thomas Andrew, hello. Thank you for stopping in. Said earlier there, before anybody was in the chat, that everybody needs to go check out Nate this coming Wednesday night at 7 p.m. on his channel. He's got a big Super Clean giveaway going on. All you got to do to enter is show up and be there. We got Jeff trying. Jeff's trying.
I made it.
Don't move, Jeff.
I'm just so happy.
How's Jeff tonight?
Oh, I'm doing all right.
Good.
I got my fingers crossed I can last more than 20 seconds, so.
Like I said, don't move. Don't breathe.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how long. My power's been flashing on and off here, so we're going to try to keep this going. But if I disappear, you know what happened. I'll be back.
Oh, boy. You better get the old Honda out.
Well, I ain't got a Honda generator, but it hasn't been going. Uptown it's out, but not down here. So,
Oh,
Mark.
Jesus.
Hey.
You been having any power issues today, Mark?
No, not at all.
Mine's been flashing on and off all day or all afternoon.
Okay, hold on a minute. I got something running here.
Hey, Ken. How you doing? Hey, Brandon. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in.
Gee, thanks, Thomas. You're giving me a real boost here.
Oh, yeah.
It's been playing all day. I just trying to figure out what the hell was running here.
Yeah. Hey, Cheryl. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. As of this evening, right before coming on here, I am up to 3,639 watch hours. Yeehaw.
Well, tomorrow it should be even higher. Your stuff's been playing all day on 2 computers here.
And I deeply appreciate everybody. Like I've been trying to say, if it wasn't for all you guys watching my videos, I wouldn't be making them. So I am.
Holy shit, I just noticed Jeff's up here. How's he up here? Usually he don't last that long. What happened, Jeff? You got it fixed?
That's enough out of you now.
Yeah. That thing's been ailing you forever now.
And it still is, kind of.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's been relatively windy here today.
Oh, it's been windy as all get out here.
Yeah.
Oh, how
It's
you
been
doing?
like it's going to snow here.
Hi, Vermont Paint. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, Vermont.
I thought Lucky was going live this morning. I got on there and the channel was blank. There was only a few few minutes of it, and then there was nothing.
Yeah, I think he was only on for like 15 minutes because I got the notification, but I was jumping in the shower real quick, and it was done by the time I got out.
Yeah, I was with Rich this morning.
It looked like he was kind of worn out this morning. Didn't really look like he was all into it.
Yeah, he had a long day yesterday.
Yeah, I guess, huh?
Yeah,
Engine. So.
Oh, no one went up on panel, Cheryl said. Oh. Wonder what happened there.
We got the race mini bike driver here.
Uh-oh.
There he is.
Got the professional part in there.
Oh, you got that big time racer.
Tampa, didn't I just see you somewhere?
I don't know. Yeah. Oh yeah, gorillas. Yeah. See, that fucking dude is crazy, man. I love it.
Oh, I'm telling you.
He was out there.
Oh, he was way out there.
Yeah. I love it. Fucking great.
Yeah, Cheryl said from 6:30 yesterday morning till 1:30 last night is how long he was up. So yeah, he
was wiped out then.
Yeah.
Hey, Ken, how you doing?
We got one more coming up.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey, Ed, did you manage to get a few subscribers since Wednesday?
Yes, sir. I very, very much appreciate it, sir.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You guys decided to go and give me the answer I've been hunting around for 3 months. I decided it was worth it to make sure to throw you something.
There you go.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you guys. I like working with racers that, you know, they're open to helping others, but they still got their little things they keep to themselves. I'm the same way with tractor repair.
Yeah, but you know, it's all about helping one another. And if you don't help one another, then the whole thing just dies out. Period.
Exactly. Yep, exactly. We're actually seeing that right now in the hydro racers, in the drag race thing that I go to. There's one guy that, you know, has a unit that he refuses to discuss, and he always wins, has for the last 3 years. And so they went from having 12 people wanting to race hydros to having 2. Like,
yeah, but if you pay attention, the guy that's always winning, pay attention to what they are doing.
Oh, we already figured out what he's doing. He's running the same hydro that they run in Barstool Racers, which is a Tough Torque K72 or 71 or whatever. And they're capable of 30 miles per hour. And we already know that's what he's doing. The problem is it's a $2,000 transmission and you have to do special things to it. And it's just one of those things.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all about how much money you can throw into it too.
Yeah,
Yep.
Not really. I got the slowest, less modified bike on the track, and I'm smoking all them boys.
Well, that's the key thing. Either you have to outpower them, or you just plain and simply have to outdrive them.
That's right.
Agreed.
You can drive it, you can do it, and I don't care how much horsepower you got. If you can drive it and put it where it needs to be, it'll happen.
That's right.
Yep.
That's like Mark and I have always said. You can take the best tractor out there and put it on the track and put the worst driver on it and have the guy doing the worst setup on it, and that tractor will do nothing.
Yep.
Well, here's a prime example when Rich blowed that motor up, took the motor off the rototiller, and beat him with the rototiller motor, right? We blowed that motor up at 2:30 in the morning, and we was on the track by 8:30 with the rototiller motor.
We used to run around on go-karts when I was a kid, and the fastest guy in the group had a rototiller motor on there instead of one of those hopped-up Hondas, and he knew how to drive. He could take every line perfectly, and he just knew how to outdrive everyone.
Yep.
We had guys here who used to change the transmissions, change the motor blocks, and all kinds of shit, and they couldn't do anything with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's, my little 20 horse competing against the 25s. It's the
Yep.
setup. It's the setup of the motor, the setup of the tractor.
Luck of the draw. If you know how to drive it, you can send it.
Yep.
And it'll happen.
So did you get Sandy's tractor all wired up then, Mark? Or
You know what I did today? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, buddy.
Absolutely nothing. I sat there and I counted up the loads last week that I hauled myself, and I dropped 19 loads last week. I was beat.
Yeah.
19. Why
Long,
don't you just do one more? Get 20.
I was shooting for 20, and if I wouldn't have got held up for an hour, I would have had 20. That's my goal, is 20 every week.
Yeah,
So you're not
I went
home
to the
for it,
ground
then,
for
are you?
5 minutes. That wind was just whipping through there. I'm like, nah, we're done.
No, Jeff, I'm only hauling 80 miles, and then I run back 80 miles empty, reload, and back again.
Oh, that sucks. So you're getting fucking
4 loads.
80 times.
So, yep. The only thing I did productive today was go pick up groceries from Walmart. And they were actually running an hour behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were picking up groceries, and luckily you ended up having your chat like an hour later than you usually do, because I was worried I was going to miss it in order to drop in and say thank you.
Yeah.
Do you remember which one was the password? Because I need to reset it to my phone.
So Mark, when I was coming to stay last night, I was turning like four rounds out to
I'm pretty sure.
and back every week when we were running there.
Well, whenever the hurricanes tear up Florida real good, I do real good in and out of Florida. I haul down into there. I haul shingles on my flatbed, and I was turning 2 rounds a week. I was shooting down there and unloading, and then reloading. Or I didn't even reload. I just came straight back empty and reloaded, because it was paying over $3,000 a load one way down there.
Nice.
It was just fly down, fly back, get another one on, and get back to Florida.
That's funny that you say that thing about hurricanes and stuff. Up here in Maine, if there's a hurricane down there, 2 weeks later, our plywood cost up here skyrockets $10 a sheet.
Well,
Until it comes back down.
Yeah, because it all comes from up this way and goes to Florida.
Yep.
I ain't been fortunate enough to have enough hurricanes hit down there this year.
I appreciate that. Just wishing the good ones on us.
Yep. See, that sounds like me wishing for rain. When I'm flipping lawn tractors during the summer, I hope for one decent storm every single week, because 2 days after the storm is when all the tractors sell at premium price.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But, it's funny, running the shingles and stuff in and out of Florida. One year we'd be on the east side hauling, next year we'd be over on the other side hauling, because we just, one side or the other would get tore up.
Yep.
I used to hate when they sent me down to Florida. You almost never get anything back out.
No, it was hard. And if I did load back out of there, I always come back up into Georgia to reload. Or I would haul AstroTurf, artificial grass, out of Florida, coming back up. Sod.
Yeah, because they grow it in rolls down there, right?
Yeah. Well, they grow a whole field and they just go in and cut it.
Yeah.
And do the sealing and all that and everything on it.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Tom, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Ed, I got a question for you, buddy.
Yes, sir.
I have a late 70s, early 80s Aaron's. I think is how you name it, a YT10.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wanting to build it out of a racing tractor. like a sled pulling tractor.
Isn't
What
that
would be a good motor to put on that? It had the shaft that went up and down on the motor.
for okay? Isn't that what Craig pulls? Bowman.
Well, yes. Well, yes and no.
But he put a
I-
Cub Cadet rear end in it, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
put a
he
Cub Cadet rear
modified a
end.
couple of end into it and made a shaft drive out of it with a horizontal shaft motor.
Yes.
He's just basically using the sheet metal off of it.
Yeah.
The vertical shaft motors or the belt drives don't do well at all. You just can't. The belt's too long and has too much stretch in it, and they just won't hook.
And you don't,
Okay.
and it doesn't matter how many trampoline springs you put on it for more pressure on that clutch to hold that belt. It don't work. It'll burn it up.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. When I deal with mud mowers and creating stuff, I love when people claim that you didn't put enough springs on it in order to hold it. When it's underneath 2 feet of water and it's stuffed in a mud hole and it's spinning at 3,000 RPMs, of course something's going to slip.
Yeah.
Yeah, my kids used to pull wheel horses, and that's what I used on them to keep the belt tension was springs off of trampolines, and it kept the pressure on them.
Right. I still have it. I have a Montgomery Ward, an old Montgomery Ward. It's actually a shaft drive motor into a right angle gearbox, but the belt on it's only, 24, 28 inches long.
Yeah.
And I upgraded it to a 5/8 belt. And that thing, until the V twins actually took over and were really dominating, that thing was unbeatable, and it had an opposed 16 horse Briggs and Stratton on it.
Right.
I'm
So
trying
if
to
I
look
wanna
up
build
what
it into a
brand
pulling
is in
tractor,
the
I might as
YT10.
well just redo the whole thing.
What's that?
If I want to build it into a pulling tractor, I might as well redo the whole drivetrain.
Yeah, or I would suggest just trying to find a Cub Cadet gear drive.
Yeah.
That's the easiest platform to start with. Everything's cast iron, everything's solid. You upgrade the clutch, to a better clutch, and a little work on the motor, and you got a decent pulling tractor, cheap.
But you can take your sheet metal and put it over on a Cub Cadet.
Yeah, if you wanted to use the Aaron sheet metal.
I'm pretty sure that's what Craig did. He took the sheet metal and put it all over on it, and then some of them John Deeres, that's where they come up with that name of Queer Deer.
Yeah,
It's a Cub Cadet with John Deere sheet metal.
yeah. Well, Craig's a
That
machinist.
tractor I got, it's stout as hell. It's not rusted or anything nowhere.
Right. Well, you
And
can
that's
just
what gave me the idea of building it into a racing tractor because of how stout it's built.
you can take a Cub Cadet and just change your sheet metal over to it.
Is that YT10 of yours? Is it the one where there's an H pattern slightly up the crotch area? Is it
Yeah.
the one where you shift in
Yep.
between? Yeah, I know. Okay, I figured out which one you've got now. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't try to pull with that series. That's first of all, that's a massively discontinued transmission. You blow anything up, you're gonna utterly have a insane time finding parts.
Yeah, but if you ain't breaking something, you ain't pulling.
Yeah, well,
Oh yeah, I agree. Mud mowers are the same way. That's why I always call out people that are like, I've never broken anything while I've been mudding on my tractor. My tractor is God. Well, then in that case, you've never been really mudding.
No, they've been babying it.
Exactly. If after a full
yeah,
season of mud running, you haven't blown a
racing or playing without breaking something.
I break mine every time I drive it.
yeah.
If you're not breaking something, you're not doing nothing.
Yeah.
Patch Heaven asked if anybody ever tried a chain drive. The problem with a chain drive is how to engage and disengage the chain drive. You still have to have some kind of a clutch set up on it, and chain drive will rob lots of horsepower.
Yes, it does. It massively robs horsepower. And the centrifugal clutch only has a small, 11 or 14 tooth gear on its stock. And by the time you try and up that tooth count to something else, even if you have a mill, you're going to have so much torque on that centrifugal clutch. It's just going to go and kill it. Been
Right.
there, done that, already roasted 3.
Just that one season alone.
Yep.
When I first did my modified, I couldn't go out one weekend without busting a rear end. I
Yep.
would bust 4 rear ends a month. But then let my wife drive it. Oh my God. It was all over.
Well,
Well, I appreciate the
first
advice on that, guys.
Hey,
Yeah,
as
no
far as that Aries is concerned, you know, on the side note, if you wanted to go and speed it up a little for fun, I bet it probably would take it. As far as like making it go-kartish, you know,
Yeah.
just from what I can see, it looks as if it's a three speed with H pattern shift, and the gear cut on it looks really close to what most of the 3-speed Peerless were at the time, which means it'll be fine as long as you're not like over torquing it on takeoff.
Right.
You know, I bet you
Well,
could
the
probably
stance
get
of
it
the
up into
tractor is
25 miles per
low to the
hour.
ground to begin with.
Yep.
You know, I mean, it's compared to the normal tractors, this tractor sits really low to the ground. So, you know, I mean, when I first seen the tractor, I was like, hey, that'd make a good racing motor because it's got a low stance to the ground.
Well, and the other thing that's a plus on the way it's the stock clutch design on it is already a single, which is up near the engine, which means it wouldn't take very much to modify it to a double clutch return. And that's the best thing as far as setting up for that.
Right.
Does that mean I don't want to eat it then?
Wait, who
What's she
doesn't want
saying,
to eat what?
Oh, the wife just come home
All
and
right. Well, I just wanted to jump up here and ask you about that, Ed. I'm going to go back into the basement now.
All right, man.
But I appreciate the advice, guys.
See you, Tommy.
Oh, no problem. Anytime.
yeah,
Hey,
See
Mudster.
you, guys.
she just come home and brought a pizza home, and she said the lady said that she made our pizza with love. I said, yeah, I don't want to eat it then.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to work as a waiter. You don't tell a customer you made it with love.
Oh boy, I don't know though. Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, it does look good.
Yeah, the first year I made my tractor into the full modified, I was still running a Kevlar clutch.
Yeah.
And they're great clutches, but you can't slip them. I found that out real quick at the one fair pull. They took a normal big tractor pulling track, split it down the middle. The side we were on was like really loose, not packed real well.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many tractors they went through and couldn't move the sled. And finally they got it weighted down enough that they could actually get it moving. I took 2 attempts at it. And on the second attempt, I was actually getting a pretty good head of steam on, and the thing stopped dead and revved to the sky. And I actually just blew the clutch apart in pieces.
Yep.
So,
Oh yeah.
Now, you race the Cub Cadets that have, it's like a disc like this big, and you hit a lever and it comes forward. Is that your clutch assembly?
Yeah.
it's actually spring loaded. The spring pushes it forward, and it has a throwout bearing like a regular car clutch.
Like a regular car clutch. See, I've been debating whether I could modify something like that for John's gas-powered Power Wheel setup.
You could, but like I said, they don't like to be slipped a lot.
Oh, well, in that case, that throws that out, considering the way he drives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you get into like, you can get like a 3-puck, 4-puck, 5-puck style clutch.
Yep.
They'll take slipping, but the price on those goes way up over a stock disc clutch.
Oh yeah, I was looking at buying the assembly off of eBay. Just a used original is like $260, and that's without restoring it. That's just, I found it in the back of my barn here. I threw it on eBay.
for a Cub Cadet, the clutch,
Yeah.
disc and the plate,
Say what?
the disc and the plate.
Yeah, with the shaft and the throwout bearing. I was looking at them on eBay and stuff because I was debating whether that would be an upgrade idea for the gas-powered Power Wheel build. Because the problem that I'm running into is the more horsepower I put in that motor, that's the reason why I stopped at the 9 horsepower it's got right now with the Stage 1 kit, is because it's the torque of the gear drive in the back is starting to burn out centrifugal clutches. Like he literally burns a cheap Chinese clutch off after about 2 months worth of driving now. I mean, I can change the clutch in the stupid thing in a matter of 5 minutes now with a zip gun and a ratchet, because it's just torquing up too much.
Yeah, you could build something out of a old Cub Cadet setup.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't see why it wouldn't work.
What are you running in that thing? Like a go-kart engine in that Power Wheels, or is it what kind of? You got
Oh, Tampa, the gas-powered Power Wheel it's an 8 horsepower Duramax with a Stage 1 Predator kit on it, which puts it at about 9 pushing 10 horsepower. So it's a centrifugal clutch running down to a drive shaft with a matching gear ratio, which runs all the way back through and goes into the top of a 90-degree MST 205. So it's got 5-speed forward and reverse.
Okay. So what you need is like a bully clutch on that thing, not a cheap one. If you put a bully clutch on it, you'll never burn it up. It would last.
A bully? It's called a bully clutch.
It's called the bully. They're a heavy duty, like we use them for racing, doing drag racing, mini bikes.
Sweet. A bully. Okay, I'll look that up. Thank you, dude.
Yeah, the Chinese. I bought so many of those too, and they just burn up. You could even try a belt-driven CVT system with a torque motor. Would be even.
I've debated that, but the problem is I don't really have much room
in there.
between. Yeah, I'm pushing it as it is on room, so I'm trying to like not
I know.
have to add anything to.
Little.
Yeah.
Ed, you got power, don't you?
What's that? Yeah, I got power.
Yeah, Kaylee just texted wanting to know about power.
Yeah, I've got power, but probably a half mile up the road. They don't have power
Towards
right there.
my daughter's house?
No, towards State Street,
Okay.
and it was out from the gas station there on State, clear down to Union Avenue.
And they said East Canton and Louisville don't have power.
Holy cow, Tampa. I love my son, but I'm not sure I love him enough for that cost of a clutch.
Oh, what do they want for it?
BMI's price is anywhere from $297 to $412.
Oh, holy shit!
Hey, Scott wants a link. He must need a nap.
Amazon has a cheaper one of it, but it's not a. I can't think of the name of it though. Damn it. I can't remember what it's called. They have a different one. It's not that much. The real.
All right. Well, if you come up with it, hook a brother up with a link, will you?
I'll send it to you.
Okay. I love my son, but that's. I'm not putting a clutch in that costs 4 times as much as my trucks.
But sometimes you have to pay to play, though.
Yeah, no, that's just it. He wants a lockered rear end and everything in it, so I'm gonna end up in the pay to play pretty soon. I've got a winch to go on the front. I've got a 5-foot Craftsman bulldozer plow to go on the front. He wants a lockered rear end, and I've got chains for it.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Yeah. Oh no, who let this guy in? Oh Jesus!
Fight me.
Are you going to go to sleep, Mr. Briggs, again?
That wasn't me. That was my dog. I was taking one out, and I come in. He's sitting there, and you're sitting there. It's like, what? Then you guys went out. I took Briggs out, and Stratton's on the couch snoring.
Blame it on the dog.
No, I'm serious. I did. I took one dog out, came in, he's sitting there snoring on the couch. I'm dead serious. Because Stratton is what you call a pussy when it comes to rain. It was raining out. He will not go outside. You could drag this dog out, and all he wants to do, he'll go dive in the muddy river. I mean, now he's chewing on a V8 bottle.
I had a cat like that years ago. It always liked to go outside in order to go do its business, but you could always tell if it was raining if you walked into the bathroom and it smelled of cat in the morning, because that was the only time he ever used the litter box.
Ed, did you go get your phone?
Yes, I did.
I figured that's what you were.
I'm gonna. All right. What are we doing, bro?
Okay. You guys hungry again? Naturally.
I'm hungry. What are you cooking?
This is so I have proof that he fell asleep in the live stream.
You want some? Here you go.
All right. What are we doing, bro?
Here you go. Come on.
Oh, there we go. That's probably cooked better than most of the Spam I eat.
Belly up. Come on. There's some dried liver in there too.
Oh yeah, great.
Dog snoring.
What the hell is all this noises I keep hearing? What is going on?
That's feeding a dog. See?
Jesus.
See? Metal. You never feed animals out plastic because of the oils in it.
Tommy says I need to look into a juggernaut clutch for the gas-powered Power Wheel.
No, because that's a belt. That's a CVT clutch.
Oh, that's okay.
Right.
Okay.
You have to go belt then. But the Juggernaut, I run the Juggernaut. It's a nice clutch. They work.
Look what happened to the outhouse next door to us.
Mm-hmm.
Take care. Thank you for stopping there.
I think it's sitting on the phone box.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it put a hole in it.
I got my hands on the Harley transmission finally. Well, I'm building a drag bike with a Harley transmission and a Predator, 8-horse.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Figure out how to do that.
Transmission with a clutch. Transmission just a little bit, almost as big as my engine, I guess.
Is that what, a 5-speed then?
It's a 5-speed. I thought it was a 6-speed, but it's a 5-speed. It's off Ultra Glide.
There's a YouTuber recently that just ended up building. I'll have to look it up. He just ended up building a Harley that originally was a V twin, pushing like 100 and something horsepower, with a Predator going to a 5-speed clutch.
Yeah.
I'll have to.
Bikes and Beers did it on a Harley. They put a Predator 6.5 on a Harley.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, they did that one, and then there's been a couple guys try it.
Yep.
Great.
Oh, if anybody runs across an S&S carburetor, I'm looking for one.
S&S. I got an S&S motor.
No, I'm just looking for a carburetor.
Carburetor.
Oh, you don't like that price that Vogel has for theirs?
No, right? You don't want to spend $1,200 on a carb?
Well, I would rather go with an S&S and then get it for alcohol, because I think I can push more volume through the S&S than I can anything else.
Oh, come on. Quit being cheap. Buy it, pay the money.
What are you talking about? Pay the
Buy a
money.
brand new carburetor.
Do you know how much? You ain't even got a clue how much I got in this motor sitting on Ed's bed.
Hey, it's fun to pick on you.
You ain't picking on me because you ain't hurting my feelings one bit.
I'm sure you got a ton into it. You got more, you got a lot.
Alcohol. I want to run a mini bike off alcohol one day. Eventually.
I want to drink my alcohol, not feed an engine.
I want to feed my engine with it.
Drinking
It's
alcohol is
cheaper,
how. Yeah. Oh shit. I used to go and test carburetors out by using 151. I'd pour a little 151 in, and when it would burn out through, it would smell like charcoal burning off. And then when it switched over to gas, you'd smell the difference in the exhaust.
If you really want to try something, try VP 113.
Yeah.
Oxygenated fuel.
Yep.
Put that in your mini bike.
Run that in the track.
That would, you'll swear that mini bike's on steroids.
A bunch of that fuel. Actually, they put some in my bike while I was at the last race. Got home riding the bike around. Man, I can't smell nothing but race fuel right now. And they damn sure my bike up with race fuel.
Well, you can get like Summit Racing and all that, and get the upper cylinder lube and marijuana smell and all that, and that's all you'll smell.
Yeah, we're not allowed racing fuel in the drag racing thing. They actually do walk through and sniff tanks if they think that somebody's running it.
They only sniffed that tank one time.
Yep.
Yeah, just don't run your motors lean on it.
Yeah.
It will burn up.
Yep.
Put a hole through the top of the piston, will it?
Usually it takes out head gaskets.
Oh, good to know. So in other words, it'll make a single cylinder Briggs & Stratton die sooner than usual?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they with the oxygenated fuel, when you lean them out, they get really hot.
Yep.
And Destroyer says VP12 is good too. Yes, it is good too.
That tractor that your wife won the Winter Nationals with, it was on that. At the end of the track in 8 seconds was 280 degrees that night. That was hot.
That's
wow.
That's super rough.
And then in difference to that, when we run our alcohol motors, when we get to the end of the track, the intake manifolds have frost on it, and it's like
ice
90
cold.
degrees inside.
Ice cold.
Yeah,
but I found out too, icing my tank down and all that before I run to make that fuel even colder. We put bags of ice on my tank, and that worked.
Yep.
Now, if you really want to have fun, take a car you're ready to take to the junkyard and fill full of racing fuel and some 180 octane and drive it around a little bit.
I used to run that in my quarter-mile cars in my drag race.
Oh, buddy of mine, he was going to a junkyard with a Mercury Bobcat station wagon. We filled that thing full of 2 bottles of 180 octane boost and filled it full of racing fuel. Took it down an area we call the Clementsar Parkway. You ever seen a Bobcat do 150?
No.
What did you do?
We put a piston right through the side of the block.
Oh, I can believe it.
Yeah.
Hey, the thing burned 4 quarts of oil a day, so we had to have fun. We had to make it die correctly.
I'll stick to burning the methanol.
I didn't think I was ever going to get you over to methanol.
Get away from my food. Who invited you to this feed? Get away from me, you pig. This is my snack. Get away.
Hey.
An ice box would be nice to put around the tank, Ken, but the lines wouldn't hold enough fuel to cool it the way you want it.
I'm thinking about when I build my fuel tank for my new setup, of making a insert in the middle of the tank or down towards the bottom of the tank that I can slide a ice tube into.
Mm-hmm.
Ed's gonna show. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Ed's gonna show up with one of those 12-volt coolers with his gas tank on the inside of it, with a battery next to it with a plug, so that he can keep it as cold as possible in between.
Okay. We've already put fuel cans in ice chests.
That's why I keep my tractor back at the trailer, so I can keep it iced down my tank.
Yep.
before I go up. The colder that fuel is, the better it runs.
Yeah, but I've got some of them ice tube things that go in like water bottles. Thinking about when I build my new fuel tank, making a fitting on the side of
Oh,
it
I get it.
that has a tube through the bottom of the tank that I can slide that into and have a plug on each end, and that ice tube will be in there with the fuel surrounding it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I like that idea. That's pretty cool.
It'll never come in contact with the ice tube because it'll sweat and make water. But you know,
Really?
hey Mudmore, thanks for stopping in, buddy. But yeah, well, back whenever I was messing with the drag cars and stuff like that, the quarter-mile cars, yeah, we had ice cans on them that had, you know, the copper tubing running through them. It would hold probably a half a gallon of fuel through the tubing and stuff, and always make sure that they're always iced up and stuff. And then they come out the fuel tanks that have the holes down through them and fill them full of ice. And you know, a lot of guys use dry ice, and dry ice is just a little bit too cold. I've seen that actually start freezing any moisture that's in the fuel. And causing issues with that. So
that was the biggest thing in the quarter-mile car. You had to ice the fuel and heat the bottle.
Yep. Well, they were just getting into the nitrous whenever I was getting out of it. So
yeah, we was running 150 shot of nitrous.
Oh, here's my little plaque I won last night. What was it?
Talking about nitrous, Destroyer on his last live stream last week, he just had a guy on there talking about running nitrous and safe ways to do it and stuff. That was I actually listened to it the next day. It was a really good live stream.
Yeah, nitrous is the number one numbnut thing. I always end up with people saying, yeah, I should put on a mud mower, and I've always decided to just shake my head and say no.
You gotta try it once.
Yeah, gotta try it once is right. Yeah, just like running it on acetone, you gotta try once.
I put it on a go-kart. It was insane. It worked. I couldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked of what it did.
Yeah, because you can run a small engine on acetone like hell until everything all decides to go and seize up from it expanding all the O-rings.
Actually, Ken, I thought about doing it to that new motor that's sitting on your brother's bench.
Yeah, but you start doing that, Mark, then you get caught and disqualified, then you get a bad name. Well, worse name.
Yeah. That's like putting propane on a diesel.
Yeah.
He's gonna run Brandon's gonna try running a 212 on moonshine.
I don't see any reason why it wouldn't run on moonshine. I used to test motors on 151 Bacardi.
Brandon, if you're gonna do that, man, just buy yourself some methanol, M5 methanol, and put that in the motor and put the moonshine in you.
And jet that carburetor like no other.
Yeah. Need to jet it about a third bigger. And put a bigger, and well, depending on how big a fuel tank's on it, how far you're going to run it, bigger fuel tank. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I got that issue right now with that little baby fuel tank.
This little tap. Adam, how you have such a cute kid? I don't know, man. Must be hard.
Wow. Did he ever get his hair straightened up?
I don't know. He's got his mic muted. We can't hear him.
Oh, I didn't realize I was muted. Dang. Oops.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You ever get your hair cut right yet?
No, I was supposed to go today. I didn't go. It's still. all messed up. I didn't make it. They closed before I could get over there. By the time I got in the shop, they were already closed.
Or your wife can give you a haircut, can't she?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, come on. My girlfriend cuts mine with a set of buzzers.
Oh wait, we're not going through that again.
How you doing, two ATVs?
What's up, two ATVs?
Hey, I cut my own hair.
Mm-hmm.
I used to cut mine.
I told
Hey,
him I could stay, but he don't want me to.
My hair was down like below my eyeballs in the front. I could flip it forward, and it was down below my eyeballs, and now it's like an inch long.
Trim her down.
There you go.
What's up, BS Small Engines? Keep playing.
They wrote the song about Ed called Old Hippie. He's an old hippie, and he don't know what to do.
Yeah. I got what did it for me is I was driving down the road from coming home from work. I didn't have my hat on, and that hair come around and whipped me and hit me in the eyeball, and it felt like it felt like a sandblaster. And I got home, pulled the clippers out, and right off it came.
Look at this. This is my baby hair on the side of my head. Like, that is ridiculous. All my hair is that long now. I used to only have the top and then the back, and now it's just all grown. I haven't cut it for so long. Think about hacking it off.
There you go.
You're lucky. You're lucky, Champ, because if you think everybody thinks my father's so cool and that. If I grew my hair that long, even my father couldn't see. He'd find a way. He'd shave my head bald.
Well, Adam, I'm just glad you don't wear it in the man bun.
No, never.
I have put it up in a minute.
I don't do buns.
What are you doing?
Twist and I'd have to make a trip to Florida, buddy. We would hold you down and shave it off, man.
Come on down.
You know.
I just got a comment that says "Bound chicken, wow wow." That's what the just said. I just read that.
Brown cow.
That was great. I get the most random comments, dude.
Oh man, that brown chicken, brown cow thing. I got my girlfriend to watch that for the first time about a year or so ago. The actual video for that, and she was horrified. Never gonna look at the Muppets ever again.
Man.
Reminder, everybody, check out Goat Kurt's Gone Fishing Wednesday night at 7 p.m. He's doing a big giveaway of super clean products. If somebody could drop his link, because for some reason I haven't been able to drop links correctly in the last couple of days. But check him out on Wednesday. It's free to enter. All you gotta do is be there.
It's giving away 5 super clean products.
Mm-hmm.
The big bottles, like, you know how concentrated super clean stuff is, man. That stuff lasts forever.
Right.
I use it myself for flushing out transmission grease. I like to let it just sit in it and eat it.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Brandon.
Oops, I meant to turn my mic off, not my camera off.
I'm really surprised Nate's not in here tonight.
Yeah, I know where he's at. I tried to text him.
Yeah, second chance mowers. Yes, a lot of people are giving away, but we like Nate. Nate's our man. So Nate's our YouTube grandpappy. So
I want to help my channel get to where it's at today. But me and Nate talk a couple times a day. I talk to that dude sometimes. Ridiculous.
Yep. Bama Mud Mutters was the first one that ever talked to me on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Nate was the first live stream I ever watched, and he actually commented back on something I commented in his chat. So
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's all about. Everybody's helping everybody.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm glad you ended up getting some kickback, Ed. I've had a lot of people go and get back to me saying that was exactly what I needed, was somebody who knew the engine stuff. So I'm glad I can send people somewhere. I mean, I can do all kinds of stuff, but engines are not my forte, and I tell people that all the time in my videos.
Yeah. Yeah, they feel free to hit me or Mark up, but either one, you know.
Both.
Yep, both.
Yep, I've built a lot of motors, and I've destroyed a lot of motors and never even got to the track with them. Blew them up right in the garage.
That's me with transmissions.
I'm there on that too.
Yep. I don't flinch at all to tear apart most geared transmissions, the top pulley ones and stuff like that. I can rebuild in an hour or whatever, but engine stuff is something that you either got the skill and you have the I don't know how to describe it, but you get what I mean. Like, you either have that, like, whatever it is about doing it, or you don't. And I don't find it fun. The
basic understanding of how it works. If you don't.
No, I understand how it works. You
can figure them out.
It's just not my cup of tea. You know?
I don't like transmissions, so you got one on me there, bud.
Yeah.
I like to build them, but I can't drive them worth a damn.
Well, what the hell?
Yeah. My wife and kids will drive the hell out of them, though.
There you go.
See, that's the funny thing on the drag racing mowers. The guy that I helped build he drives better than I do. His setup technically should have been slower than mine, but yet he ended up driving better than me and took 3 places above me. Like, I might know how it works, but it's up to the driver.
When I first got into this, they called me DQ because it was 3 feet I was out of bounds before I got to the end of that track, and it would happen all the time. And I'd hear them announcing over the loudspeaker, DQ, you're up. DQ, you're up.
Yep.
Well, I run it if I'm going to DQ it.
We got a guy we call Red Light.
Mm-hmm. Jump the light.
Yep, every time. We call him Red Light. We don't even bother checking whether he did or not at this point, because he never usually wins, apparently, so they just don't usually care.
Yep. Something about a package. UPS.
Okay, Doug.
Wait for the space station.
How you doing, Harold? I didn't see him come in.
He just got here.
Harold Fisher, what's up, bud?
And Brandon, yes, about blowing up a 212. That would probably make a very cool video. Just be careful doing it.
Yeah, I tried to blow one up. It didn't work out. I even turned it into a vacuum. Still didn't blow up. I poured everything of that.
Yeah, in 10 years of doing this, I've tried to shoot 5 different, let's see if we can make it blow up videos. And if you've watched my channel, there aren't any on YouTube from me, because in Nelly, they don't blow up. They just plain overheat and seize. But yet I'll find them all the time where people were mowing their lawn and they blew half the side of the motor right off catastrophically.
Disconnect that governor and hold it wide open. It's going to come apart.
Yep, I've tried that.
I can tell you how to do it, but it's kind of a setup video. Loosen the connecting rod.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just hand tighten it.
Yep.
And don't put the locks on it. The bolts will work out. The rod will start slapping, and eventually it'll come apart.
Yep.
No, you know what? How I blew up the ones I had? I took and didn't loosen them. I took one connecting rod bolt completely out, then loosen, and then put the other one in and stripped it, put it in with super glue, and then put it back together. That was fun. They're all Tampa. They're announcing the winner of that engine on Monday. Not this Monday, but next Monday. If I win it, you pay the shipping. You can have the son of a bitch.
I'll have my motor on Tuesday. saying.
Don't count your chickens. I'm sure there's several thousand people that entered to win that motor. But if I win it, cross your fingers. If I win it, it's all yours, buddy. You can have it.
I'll take it.
Hey, Patrick, that's probably going to be a little while until we fire that motor up. We got to still get a intake manifold made for it and stuff.
It's got to be built.
Yeah, the manifold has to be made custom for it and stuff. And right now, with everything going around here in the state, just other priorities are taking over.
You can you're lucky if you can get an exhaust system made with everything that's going on in the state.
Yeah, Maine's going through a massive shutdown right now. They've totally reverted almost everything.
We're getting ready to go through it. We'll find out Thursday.
As of Monday, basically, it's going to be back to you do not supposedly go anywhere unless you have to, whatever. Yep.
Hey, I'd taken more bets. I bet Grandpa that Biden would win, which he hasn't won legally, but he has won. I'm taking bets now. Who wants to take bets if Biden wins by the end of January at the latest? He'll shut down the entire country. Who wants to bet?
Oh, all right, no, that's coming.
Oh yeah, he'll claim that he's the president saving everything because he'll bring back the whole what's that thing that's ending in January? Unemployment. There, I had to think about it. I've never claimed it in my life, so I couldn't think of what it was. Unemployment.
There's no such thing as unemployment. It's called unenjoyment.
Yeah, yeah.
Munster said, "Come on over and build it."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the government likes to do stupid things. Like, I'll give you a good one. I totally rebuilt the motor in my Buick, dropped it in, modernized the fuel system. I put an Edelbrock fuel injection system on it, four barrel fuel injection, throttle body injection. Now, because I did that, I have to go do an emission test on a 71 Buick Electra.
Maine has a similar stupid law.
He doesn't know for sure, Ed, that he can build it. He's going to try to build it.
Oh, okay.
But it's going to be basically tubing, run tubing over and then build the flanges for the ends and then put a flange in the middle and maybe like a 1-inch piece out. Would you do 1 inch or would you do 2 inch to build it like a velocity for more draw?
The ones I've seen done are like a plenum. They got like a 2-inch or 2.5 inch long by a 3-inch round piece, and your two side pieces come off the sides and wrap down into the heads.
But I want to swirl the inside of it to get that turbo effect of that fuel being shoved to that motor.
That can be done.
Okay.
Get you a little ball hone for brake cylinders.
Right.
So the big question, I mean, it'd be nice to have a flow bench, be able to flow it.
Yeah, I don't know anybody with a flow bench to flow it to see what it's going to flow at.
I know somebody has a flow bench, but they won't flow it for us.
Who's that?
Down there south of you.
Oh no. If I had to have to drive to Florida to flow it, I would drive to Florida before I would take anything to him. He done burnt that bridge.
Take care, Thomas. Be safe, brother.
How's Ohio on emissions when it comes to an old car? Do they make you take an emission test or?
There ain't no emissions test here.
It depends on what county you're in.
Yeah, if you're up north, yeah, they stick a pipe in the exhaust and check it and stuff. But down here, we don't.
Oh, they don't do it. The only emission test they do here is they plug it in. If you got an OB2 sensor, they plug it in.
Yeah, they don't do none of that down here where we're at.
I mean, so I got an OB2 sensor technically now. And when I went to inspect it, they said you have to plug it in now and put a catalytic converter. I ain't putting no catalytic converter on a car that's almost 50 years old. Kiss my ass.
There should be a year cutoff on those. They are around here.
Right.
Oh, it's an 86, 87 or 80, 88, 87, 86 here. The last year they made it with a carburetor. I said, but this is grandfathered in. It came with a carburetor. Yeah, but you modernized it. Why'd you put fuel injection on it? Because I wanted fuel injection. I wanted reliability. Well, okay. So, hey, no problem. I just took it home, slapped the carburetor on it, let it go bang, bam, boom, and run like crap. Passed it, came home, put my throttle body back on. There you go.
Yep. See, here in Maine, we have a similar situation. If it's a registered standard vehicle, it has to go through all that BS. But if it's older than 25 years, you can register it as an antique vehicle and not ever have to deal with that. But you have to already have a standing registration with existing insurance on another vehicle that passed through the registration setup.
It's like they tried arguing with me. I got to put modern seatbelts in it because it don't. I mean, I'm sure Ed and Mark know back in the early 70s, they had that two-piece shoulder strap, you know, the kind that tucks in overhead that you can use in your lap belt.
Yep.
They're a joke. They don't do nothing.
Yeah, we have a main issue where if the vehicle wasn't sold with actual shoulder seat belts, you're required to install them, or else you can get a fine of $100 the first time that a cop sees it, $500 the second, and potential going to prison for 3 days the third.
Hey, I get pulled over all the time. They say, "Where's your shoulder strap?" But never had one. Don't. Well, you got to put one in. No, I don't. Show me the law.
See you, Katie.
If you can't show me the law, I'm not doing it. It's like they check here to see if your seatbelts click.
A buddy of mine lives in Kentucky. They got the seatbelt laws. He had to get an extension for his seatbelt. He is a big boy. His seatbelt would not go around him. He had to get an extension for it.
By the first register?
Sounds like he needs a diet.
He did that way.
He went through the Vietnam War and has a bunch of medical issues.
Where you sit in between us and the customer.
I know a guy that didn't pass his first driver's ed test because of the fact that he couldn't actually do his seatbelt for the same idea. And so the next time he had to go and have the seatbelt extension because they wouldn't give him his driver's permit, driver's license because he wasn't wearing his seatbelt during the test.
Right.
We got a guy we had to buy a sleeper for a day for his day run because he was so fat that his stomach rubbed against the steering wheel. It actually pushed into his stomach, the steering wheel. We had to buy him a sleeper and unbolt the seat and move it back 6 inches for him to drive that truck.
You need to lose some weight.
My
buddy
got into the Agent Orange and all that kind of nasty stuff that they did over there, and he's got some major medical issues going on, and it's not that he overeats. That's different. I mean, but if you actually got a medical condition, but you know, but the guy where I work, we basically tell him, dude, you need to step away from the pork chop because that dude, when he brings in this huge ass lunch pail every day.
Sharpening blades looks like Craftsman blades. Or wait, no, those are round hole. Those are or is it round hole MTDs? I can't tell.
No, those are off a
I've seen those the grinders.
Yeah, MTD, but it's a Troy belt.
Oh, a Troy belt MTD. Okay. Yep. Yeah, with the round hole centers, which love to go and walk to one side and then oscillate the damn thing.
Yeah. Yeah, Mudster, I do remember the ones with the automatic seat belts that if you weren't paying attention, the sucker would wrap around your neck.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Pontiac Grand Am had them.
Those things would take you out, man.
I had a Buick Regal that would go and smack me in the forehead. Yep.
Every time you opened the door, they would open And when you close the door, they would shut automatically. Yeah, I remember those.
And if you went to say goodbye to somebody, you had to wait for the stupid seatbelt to come over before you leaned out to say goodbye, because otherwise it would smack you in the head.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It would travel that track on the door.
My father had one of those that the motor burned up for that, and it cost like $800 for that motor.
Oh, screw that. We used to go and cut them right off the track and then weld them to the top of the door and call it good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, Breezy came in.
Yeah, I've seen that. I just
Breezy's Bike Shop. What's up, bud?
He said he drove 3 cars without seatbelts for years.
I still drive without a seatbelt.
I wear my seatbelt, but I'm in a different situation. I have to have our insurance at work for driving vehicles is like way weird. You can still have a valid legal driver's license in Ohio, but depending on your point situation and what you got the points for, you can lose your driving privileges at work.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There was a guy about 4 years ago, got a speeding ticket, not an extravagant one, just regular speeding ticket, 10 miles an hour over the speed limit, something like that. A week to the day, he rear-ended somebody at a stop sign because the person started pulling out. He looked to see if traffic was coming, and when he looked back up, the person was stopped. Did no damage to either car, but the guy still wanted to call the cops. He got a failure to yield or something like that or whatever ticket. Our insurance company dropped him for 1 year.
Tampa's eating little bunnies.
You're eating pizza stuff.
You know how we were talking
fish
about
cakes, too.
transmissions earlier? Let me see if I can get this screen share to go. See if this will work.
Okay, Roscoe. Hey, shut yours down for a minute.
Are you kidding? You do this every second.
Let's see. How do I get it to choose the screen share? Do. All right. How do I get it to choose the screen share?
You just hit share screen. Allow.
Yeah, I hit share screen.
You gotta click on it again, like on the.
Oh, there it goes.
There you go.
Yeah, Husqvarna brought back their all plastic transmissions.
Nice.
They're all plastic with a CVT on top. You gotta love that. Of all the stupid, dumb stuff. And they used to sell them in what they claimed was their replacement for GTs in the Craftsman's for a while. I got one hidden under my front porch.
Is that one of the ones that they don't sell any serviceable parts for?
No, this one, when they brought it back, they actually did create a serviceable part series. So the CVT on the back is replaceable and the input shaft pulley system is replaceable on it. And so it's basically a torque converter like a mini bike on top with a belt drive like a regular tractor setup going into it. And it even uses a wide banded belt that looks about the same size as the 30 series.
But the CVT part can't be plastic, just the housing's plastic.
Yeah, the housing is plastic.
Right, but all the other stuff is metal.
Yeah, I can't find anything about whether the gears themselves are plastic, though.
That one gear does look plastic, that one drive.
Yeah, it does. It looks like it's plastic going into it, and I can't find out whether the internals are plastic or not. Nobody seems to want to release the internal information.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Looks like the driven clutch has either a plastic cover on it or it's all plastic.
Oh, the entire transmission is plastic. Let's see if I can get it to swap and show the... There it is. See it?
Okay, it's
So there's a
Well, that's different.
But yeah, I figured you guys would appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's different. Something different for sure. I ain't seen one like that.
I bet that would pull for about 5 inches.
Yeah. That would be a neat setup if you wanted to do a remote CTV on a mini bike or something. Those 2 clutches.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because you got the input pulley on top of the drive clutch.
That's
That
wild.
looks like a recycled 2-liter bottle.
You know, that you could almost do that one in a chain drive to the first CTV.
Yeah, you could drive to that top pulley for sure. Yeah. That's cool. I like to get my hands on one of those.
Why would you want a plastic transmission, Tampa?
Because it's light. Doesn't
It's
weigh
light. You burn that up in 5 minutes. You're a lunatic. How much is that tranny?
I think it's 400 something. Yeah.
You might spend you might as well just say 500 with tax and shipping. You'd burn that son of a bitch up in 20 minutes. Boy, that's an expensive day of playing.
I'm not gonna spend $400 on that thing. I'll wait till they're old and crusty and old, and I'll find me a free one.
So then you're gonna find an old crusty plastic thing that shatters the first time you touch it.
Yeah, you'll spend 5 hours modifying it to put in your tractor, and it'll burn up and as soon as you pull out. But you won't find one of them old and crusty. They're not going to make it to old and crusty.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering how much the replacement clutches and belt are for it. You know.
You'd have a better chance of finding an old can of Billy beer from when Jimmy Carter was president. I got a can of Billy beer if you're brave enough to drink it. If anybody's brave enough to drink it, I got an old can of Billy beer.
Tomorrow, Ed.
They went out of business in 78
I
or
thought you
79.
guys would find that interesting.
You got to work tomorrow, Ed?
No.
Yeah, I'm not working tomorrow either.
Well, y'all suck.
I got to go to the heart doctor, and I got to see that lung spot.
I took vacation.
Yeah. I did get me a new 26 millimeter Mikuni today for my dirt bike. That's pretty cool. Not that bad before. See what it does.
What size is the best, size Mikuni for dealing with a semi-stock Predator?
Either anywhere from 20 to 26. Stock would be like the VM22 would be the best.
Yeah.
It works pretty good. You don't have
So
to do
like a 26 would be if I had like a stage 1 kit or something, or
some internals really, flywheel, maybe a rod. Then you would probably go with some head work. I'm doing a shaved head and I'm doing oversized valves and a cam and all that good stuff. It's all coming.
Wow. That shaved head, is that your hair?
No, look at this. Look at this dog.
Right here. I just took 2 of these right here, and there's my 20,000s. No, we're gonna
a V8 bottle.
Instead of buying a whole new motor, a new crate motor, I'm just gonna put a little bit of money in the motor I got already. See what I can get out of it. I think it'd be a little better way. And I got a guy building me a head with oversized chamber, oversized valves, poured and polished on both the intake and the exhaust, big huge head stud. Guy Paul Cart makes these heads for these mini bikes and go-karts. He's the one doing the head. I'll show you when I get it what it's gonna look like. Pretty cool. And I'm doing a 265 cam and billet rod, billet flywheel. I'm gonna let my dad work on the crank a little bit, balance the crank back out, shave some off it.
Why, you got your dad work on your crank?
Huh?
That went zoom over your head.
I can hear you broke up.
I said you're gonna have your old man work on your crank, huh? Zoom over your head.
My old man's a machinist.
Oh well, too much info.
Well, I'll be glad to go and see it. If I manage to get my contraption put together, if the diesel doesn't have enough go-go, maybe I'll convert over to some Predator.
There you go. You can't go wrong with the Predators, man. They're great. They take a beating.
I would like to convert a small diesel motor over to alcohol sometime just to see.
I'd like to see that.
Well, somebody earlier was talking about propane is to diesel what NOS is to gas. That's was one of my things is I wonder what would happen if I nailed that 10 horsepower with a propane tank.
It'd do something for sure. I've seen propane injections on diesels do some work.
Yep.
I have seen that. It does work.
I've also seen ethanol injection on diesels too. They burn down.
Yeah, you want to have a good time? Put kerosene inside of a diesel with the modern death system. Oh,
that sounds like a bad time.
For the diesel ignorant in the group, explain.
it's not a good thing. It's too hard to explain. Let's just put it this way. You'll, like Tampa said, it's a bad day. You mix up, put kerosene in a diesel rig with the modern depth system, the DEF.
Oh, I see what you're saying. All the sensors and everything in the new modern.
You'll have every light in that truck lighting up like a Christmas tree.
Yep. Okay, I got you now. I'm following.
We got one of them stupid DEF trucks. We got a Ford F550. It's been sitting in my shop for 6 months because nobody will fix it. It dropped an injector and then it dropped a valve, I guess.
It's like the original 6.9 liter diesel that GM made was nothing but a gas engine that they converted over to diesel. That was one of the biggest piles they ever made.
How about that new 7.3 gas they got now from Ford? You might have heard anything about that engine?
In the Godzilla motor?
The Godzilla, yeah.
Yeah, except for they decided to produce and display a motor for sale before they actually had the controller unit for it up for sale. That was a really good move for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been hearing good things about that motor, though.
Oh, yeah, it's got a good review now that they have the controller with it.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, my turn. How you doing? Dirty Dexter, how you doing?
Yay, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, your train ain't hidden underneath your porch anymore. We all know where it's at, so we can go steal it.
What, my mini bikes? I got 3.
No, you're talking about the plastic transmission that I got. Yep.
What do you mean sleeping?
Sleeping outside.
Yeah, I got to pull that thing out and deal with that stupid thing.
Little balls, quit looking at the baby.
Wait, what?
None.
Crazy,
Hey, Adam, Dirtfoot wanted to know how you did at the races.
Oh, I won all 3, Dirtfoot. All 3 heats. I took them all. I pretty much lapped the whole track in the final. Just about. I think I might have lapped everybody. I just uploaded the first video of the first heat. I'll get it. It'll probably be posted. It'll probably be up in the morning or tonight maybe if I get off here in time. But yeah, I smoked them, Dirtfoot. I smoked them all. Them Georgia boys, though, they brought it, man. The second heat was so intense. Like, that was my best race yet. Like, me and one of the Georgia boys were first and second the whole time. We touched a couple times, mini bikes at wide open.
Hey,
it was nuts.
Open your door and look outside.
Okay.
Open your door and look outside.
Yo, what's up, Dirt Rider? Good to see you, buddy.
What are you talking to?
Get off here.
Oh, yeah, I cased it. No, I didn't case that thing, man. My front end came up way too high on me. But yeah, I cased a bunch of jumps actually on that track. But this was a different track. This was a flat track race.
What does casing mean?
It means you come up short.
Oh, so you go to jump it and you end up landing wrong.
On the
Okay.
landing ramp, yeah, on the lip of the landing ramp, it hurts. It's not a good
Yeah,
feeling.
because I was noticing there was a centerpiece you guys had with a plateau on it, and some of you guys were coming down, and I just felt bad for you. Like I could
It
feel my
hurts.
manhood.
It hurts.
Yeah, that looked like it hurt.
That track, we're gonna have 750 people at the next Gambler. There's 750 people coming. It says on the website. So, but it's everybody, the cars, the rally stuff, and everything. But we're expecting over 100 mini bikes on that track.
What was outside your door, Ed?
Darkness and wind.
It's not doing anything up there yet. Give it a few minutes.
It'll be there.
Oh, you're saying it's snowing?
Snow coming?
Sleeting like no other here. My
I was
torch-
gonna say, don't say those horrible words. I don't want to deal with snow and stuff. Keep it where you are. Don't send it to Maine.
You might get called to work in the morning. Ed.
Not me.
Vacation.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
The only way I would get called in is if we got like 2 foot of snow. We don't get that much.
Possible.
Ed, what do you do for work? I didn't catch that.
I am a mechanic. I'm a mechanic for a university.
Oh, okay.
How many years you been in college, Ed?
Total over 20.
You got about 5 degrees by now.
Yep.
See, that's the kind of stupid part. I can take classes for free. The only classes I want to take are the engineering classes, and they're not free.
Of course.
Wow. That's messed
Because it's a master's program.
Yep.
I've already talked to them about testing out for life experience for the classes, the prereq classes. And they said, yeah, you can test out for all that stuff. I said, okay, cool. I want to, this is what I want to take. And they're like, well, you'll have to pay for them. I said, well, let me sit in and audit the class. I don't need the degree. I just want to, I want the knowledge. And they'll let me do it, but to take the classes, I'd have to take vacation time. They won't let me flex my schedule.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like the Fisher plow plants around here. You can apply and you can be a welder for, plus and plus number of years, but they won't even bother looking at your resume if you don't have it that you went to one of the welder programs at one of the colleges around here.
Who you talking to, Kayla?
What?
It's like when I started driving, you had to have, road. Basically, if you could, they'd give you a road test if you could drive. They didn't care if you just started driving or not. Now all these insurance companies want 2 years, some want 5 years.
And you end up stuck in the classic case of how do I manage to go and get my few years if you won't even let me start?
Yep.
Yep.
I got my experience driving a triaxle with a trailer. I went in, walked in because I didn't want to go over the road with a team. No, not doing team. And I got hired that way. They said they at first they argued with me. They said that ain't a Class A experience. Oh yes, it is. Better look it up. I drove a blacktop truck and trailer. That's considered a Class A. Got a Class A license. Drive a triaxle with a trailer. Over anything over 28 feet, you got to have Class A.
What time is it getting to be, guys? Oh, we're almost up to an hour and a half.
Yeah.
In just a couple minutes here, I'm going to shut it off before 2ATVs goes live. He goes live at 8:30. Everybody go over and check him out. Make sure you go check Nate out on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get entered in that contest and see if you can win yourself some Super Clean.
That's right.
Yeah, good luck to Nate. I won't be able to go and make that, but good luck to
Yep.
him. Hopefully everybody is able to make it there.
Yep. So if anybody else has anything they want to promote, drop it in the link, drop it in the chat, say it on the live stream here. If not, we're going to go ahead and close this down. I appreciate it. And I'm sure everybody else holds the same sentiment as I do. If it wasn't for all you guys watching our videos, we wouldn't be making them. So just appreciate all the support and everything that everybody has. And everybody go check everybody else out.
Yeah.
You know, so.
See ya,
All right,
fellas.
everybody, have a great evening, and we're going to shut this down. Thank you, everybody.